In this video, we want to find the integral of the square root of x squared minus 8 over x to the 8th power. So let's break this up. We know that x to the 8th in the denominator, when we take the square root of that, is equal to x to the 4th. So that comes outside here. And now we want to do a trig substitution. So we'll let x equal the square root of 8 times secant theta. So dx is square root of 8 secant theta tangent theta d theta. So we're just going to replace this. So over here, x to the 4th, we have the square root of 8 to the 4th, which is just 8 squared, secant to the 4th. We have dx over here. And then x squared becomes 8 secant squared. And then we're going to subtract that by 8 and take the square root. So at this point, we're going to simplify this. So obviously 8 squared is going to give us 64. And then we're going to factor out the 8 over here. So we have 8 times secant squared minus 1. Now secant squared minus 1 is equal to tangent squared. And so we're going to take the square root of tangent squared, which is tangent. And then we have a square root of 8 times square root of 8. That's going to give us 8. And then divided by 64 is going to give us 1 over 8. So that's 1 over 8 times tangent over secant cubed, again, and then times tangent. So that's going to be over here, that's tangent squared. Tangent squared is sine squared over cosine squared. Secant cubed is 1 over cosine cubed. So if we multiply top and bottom by cosine cubed, cosine cubed is going to cancel here, and then this cosine squared cancels, and you're just left with cosine at the top. In order to integrate this, we'll let u equal sine theta. Du is cosine theta d theta. So that's just 1/8 times u squared du. Integrate that, we get u cubed over 24 plus c. Remember, u is sine theta, so that's sine cubed over 24 plus c. But then we would need to go back to figure out what sine theta was. So recall, we had x equal the square root of 8 secant theta. So that means secant theta is equal to x over square root of 8. So that's going to be hypotenuse over adjacent. And then Pythagorean theorem says this is square root of x squared minus 8. So we'll replace the square root of x squared minus 8 over x, quantity cubed over 24 plus c. And then here we can break this up further. So we have x squared minus 8 cubed over x cubed over 24. So the 24 and the x cubed will go on the bottom. And then x squared minus 8, we do the square root and the cube of that. So that's just 3 to the 3/2 power, and then plus c.